What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shark Talk. Today we're going to be talking about how Blizzard created a cultural icon with Overwatch. So, Overwatch is kind of a big deal, but it's not entirely Blizzard's doing why this game has turned into the behemoth that it is today. Sure, a multiplayer-only team shooter made by one of the most beloved developers in the world is a recipe for success, but I don't believe that Blizzard's name alone can carry a bad game. I would have told you a MOBA made by Blizzard with all of their characters would be a success, and well, I mean, yeah. But there is something much more important at play here, the fandom and culture surrounding Overwatch. I admit I'm a part of that fandom, from Gremlin D.va to number 76 Dad. Overwatch is a living, breathing ecosystem full of players that are fanning the proverbial flame. YouTubers, animators, cosplayers, and everything in between, all contributing to this being as it stretches out, touching almost every facet of video game culture. And it's because of that fandom and culture that Overwatch is going to continue on growing and could even rival the cultural impact that World of Warcraft had. Overwatch has an ecosystem that is very reminiscent of how Valve handled Team Fortress 2. Instead of having a single player to flesh out the characters, they rely on outside media like webcomics and animated shorts to do that. But unlike Team Fortress 2, Overwatch sports 24 unique characters, whereas Team Fortress 2 only had 9. This could easily become a burden for the game, but instead it is its greatest asset. I like to believe that this game does the same thing for shooters that PlayStation did for platformers in the early 2000s, like Crash, Sly, Jak and Daxter. Overwatch presents these colorful, energetic, and memorable characters for you to enjoy. They are accessible for anyone to understand and deep enough to give you a fulfilling sense of their personality. So even with 24 characters to juggle, Overwatch still manages to make the differences apparent. Like Widowmaker and Hanzo, they're both sniper classes, but they both have very different utility. Widowmaker has a grapple hook where she can get up to vantage points and a venom mine that she can lay down for some defensive capabilities. And Hanzo's utility is, he's good at being a super neat guy. Along with mechanical differences though, when all these characters are together, they represent an awesome fusion of cultures. The characters could easily be a roster bogged down by sticking to old school video game archetypes, but this is certainly not the case. These 24 characters hail from all sorts of places and each one is awesome. Their temperament really shines through the game's superb voice acting. These little lines of dialogue have so much personality packed into them and are actually tied to the game mechanics. During matches, audio cues are just as important as the visual ones. At the end of the day, we do need to give props to Blizzard for their post-launch support of their games. It's unlike any other developer in the industry and may be the key to their game's continued success. Diablo 3 is a perfect example of this. When the game launched in 2012, it was an unplayable mess. Real-world auction houses broke the game and undermined the whole concept of the gameplay loop. Launching the game rarely worked with an error 37. It was just a mess. But Blizzard kept at it. Post-launch support for the game was unbelievable, and needless to say, they saved Diablo 3. They've turned it into an awesome game that is still patched to this day. So this is just an example of how they support their games after the launch. Since the launch of Overwatch on May 24, 2016, they have constantly patched and updated the game with new characters, maps, mechanical tweaks, and so much more. Of course, they can't do this without a constant stream of revenue, and that's where the loot boxes come in. So at this point, if you've played a competitive shooter, you know how these things work. Loot boxes full of cosmetics, voice lines, and other goodies for the characters that you play. They have no effect on the gameplay at all and are completely visual changes. You can earn these periodically by leveling your account up, but you can also buy them with real money. Let me tell you something, the way they go about this is absolutely brilliant. Of course, in-game loot boxes have been done before, i.e. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but in Counter-Strike, there's a marketplace completely separate from the game with its own kind of living economy. With Overwatch, the loot boxes are handled in the game launcher. No need to exit the window, you just go, buy the boxes with your Blizzard account, and bam! You've got loot. It's fast, it's easy, and it's brilliant. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the key to success for Overwatch in its first year. What did you think of the first year of Overwatch? It launched about, a year ago. This anniversary event's going on right now. What do you think they can improve upon moving on to year 2? Personally, I believe that, they could maybe give us access to those previous loot boxes once in a while. I'd like to get that Skull Yada skin because Zenyatta's awesome and they had like a sugar skull painting during Halloween time. Can't get it anymore, sucks, but it's fine. So let me know down in the comments what you think and what you think of this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content from yours truly. And with that, my name is Shane Walters. Thank you for watching.